Hi, hello, happy Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom. Most of the ice has generally melted, and some of the plants that are freeze-proof or freeze-resistant have survived. Some have taken a little bit of frost damage. Some are in better and worse shape than others. But the garlic overall is considered a plant that's normally planted in this kind of weather, so I'm happy to say it survived. Now, as far as the elephant garlic in the room, well, it's not doing so well. It's not 100% dead, but it's struggling. Some of it may be dead. Some of it may be alive. Some of the pink garlic has pretty much maintained its status. Some of it never sprouted, and it may not sprout. I can verify 100% that the lentils have all kicked the bucket. And that right there isn't a lentil. That's at least I'm pretty sure it isn't a lentil. I'm pretty sure that's a vetch. So apparently vetch is stronger constitution than lentils. This was one that was a seedling, and something tore the top off of it. Anyhow, so overall, the lentils couldn't handle it. Unless that's a lentil. No, that's not a lentil. That's some other kind of plant. No, pretty much the lentils didn't handle it very well. And here, we got all kinds of plants that are not yarrow. That a lot of grasses and stuff. The yarrow's in there, it's just under all the grasses and stuff. I don't even know what these plants are, but apparently they're very freeze resistant. Might even be edible for all I know. Over here, a couple of, there's a garlic there, and there's one right there that hasn't done anything. They're around, just to different degrees. And then this thing here, just bulletproof. It took that whole freeze like nothing. Really, so did the strawberries. They took that freeze like nothing. It was just like, who cares? It's a little cool out, but we're fine. That's a tough plant. If you want to figure out what'll live out here, you look at what survives. Hopefully that thing will put on some berries this year. Oh yeah, it's we're starting to get some of the spring flowers in. See if I can find any here. There are some right there. I knew it a minute ago. Hyacinths, yeah. There's some normal tame hyacinths over here. The surprise lilies are coming up, all in their place. I'm pretty sure the grape hyacinths are coming up too. I guess they get triggered by the cold weather. Can't really see the grape hyacinths, unless that's them right there. Can't be for sure. They're over here somewhere. But, yeah, I see little bits and tufts of flowers popping up. This is the first, I don't know, there's some over here, I'm sure. I just don't remember exactly where they are along in here, but somewhere along in here there should be some not dandelions. Well, they were actually dandelions under the ice, just right flush with the ground. And they just were right up there. Now, getting on to what was done this past week. And again, as you see, we still haven't gotten completely rid of all the snow. Looks like the ice broke off my plastic retainer there. Oh well, no big deal. It was just up there as an experiment anyhow. So you see all the tools on the back of the truck. I just haven't taken them off yet because I'll probably end up taking them back to the other job as soon as this job is done. See, I've made my little trailer thingy here. It goes on my hay hitch, and it's even got a little winch on it so that I can lift items with it, using it for hauling wood. Pulled some scrap metal out, some hog panel and stuff. Ended up not using that piece, and it's just as well because it wouldn't have lasted 5 seconds in the fire. This is leftover that was straight metal that I'll probably end up using for a playpen for the goats. Now, getting back off of the work I did for a moment, I came over here and I was looking for a pry bar. I have no idea where I put the pry bar, and lo and behold, that set of those daffodils, I gotta get that ladder and chair off of them. Eventually I have to dig them out of there and move them somewhere else. Not because the goats will eat them. The goat won't eat them though. A couple bites they'll get sick and they'll be like, nah, none of that no more. I'm sure there's some surprise lilies will show up in here eventually. But yeah, it's just thought I'd point out that some of the spring flowers are on their way. To do what I had to do, and I'm not done yet, I had to get some scrap wood, and some of this wood's been sitting over here for years just rotting away. I hauled it off from a friend's place, and but some of it, you can see where it sat. I hauled it off already. I'll be hauling more of it off. You can see where it's sitting here. To do what I had to do. And I even hauled some wood out of here too. Let me get down there talking before I get there. And admittedly, if you weren't watching me do it, you wouldn't know the difference very well because it doesn't make a massive visual difference. I got this stuff to haul off still. Little bits and scraps, and it's got wire in it that I've got to rake out of there, so that's probably going to be for sunshine in there. That rock rippers and snag that wire out of the ground because it's pretty tangled. I took some of this wood away too, and you see the buck saw is still here because I was using it to cut the wood into small enough chunks. And make certain you see the smoke cloud up there in the distance there. I'll have to, once this is all done, I do want to build eventually a real furnace. Mom and I were talking about that. Build a real furnace. People say you'd burn a dead animal in your furnace. It's a furnace, it's for fire, you know. But some people are like, oh man, they're terrible. It'd be a lot less terrible actually than having to go out in the middle of the field and do it. It'd be neat and orderly, and I can have a catalytic converter, get rid of all the smoke, and there wouldn't be anything left one of the reasons I have to burn the animals is because I can't really very effectively bury them. Can't get rid of them to anybody else. There's nobody I know of accepts dead animals for like pet food or anything like that. And they're not edible in the sense of humans eating them. And we had a fire hot enough to cause a steel train rail to sag. which means I'll have to flip it over and try to counterbend it the other direction tomorrow. This whole rickety mess was designed just to keep where I could put a fire completely underneath the carcass. And so I'll have to get over here, lift this all up, take some more blocks from over there, put them where that burning log is, put the burning log under here, and some of this other wood here. And hopefully the job will be done. And hopefully, if I do it right, this rail will be slightly less bent because I'll flip it over. And what I'll probably do is I'll brace it. See, it's got holes drilled in it where they originally bolted them together. I'll stick a piece of rebar into the ground and pin it in there to make it, try to make it where it won't flip over. So this piece will get chopped up, broken up, whatever. I'll probably just drive over with the tractor and break it into pieces and put it under there with some other wood and finish the destruction of the body. And when that's all gone, then I'll be done with that project and I can get back on to other projects. So that's pretty much all I did this past week, is build that trailer on the back. I say trailer. It's really not a trailer. It's not a wagon or a cart. It's a deck, a platform, I don't know what you want to call it. But anyhow, so I built that, and then I used it to haul things with over here, and hopefully I won't have to do that again ever, but being me, I'm pretty sure I probably will. Well, that's going to be it. I'm going to climb up this to get back, and I'm not going to hold the camera while I do it. And so anyhow, that's all that was done, and wasn't the most joyful thing to do, but it had to be done. And so hope y'all have a happy Sabbath and a productive week, and we'll try to see y'all next week. Bye for now. Shalom.